Hey everybody, I thought that while my craft room was clean, I would do a little video and show you my workspace. So this is where I sit when I film my flosstube videos. And I do have an extra chair in here that I guess I need to take it back to my mom's and put it in the attic. This is my threads here. These are the Valdanis and the DMCs. And then up here is the specialty threads, which look a mess. They're hanging on a ring. And just some odds and ends. That is a Not Forgotten Farm bag that I made. I'm not really sure how to display it. So that's a bag that was gifted to me and some other things. Floss tags. So these are my ribbons from the county fair last year. And then up here, some things. My father made me the outhouse. My son bought me the jar. That's a Teresa's Primitive Treasures pattern. My son bought me the sheep. Those little punch needles. Snowman I made. A wool applique star. Another Teresa's Prim Treasures. And up behind those is Bird in Hand Primitives. Let me see if I can get this down and show you that wool applique that I did from one of her doodles. And I think that little sheep right there is a Primitive Betty's. And I just did it on a wooden box. So this is my work table that I try to keep clean. But that's probably as clean as it gets. And then I have the storage thing there. And then underneath is all stuff that is for my March retreat that I'm hosting. There is just some odd yarn. And these are my rug hooking things that I've made. I don't think this was an actual pattern. I think I just drew it out. And then that was... I don't remember the designer, but that was one of the first things I made. It might have been the second thing that I did. That one I just freely drew it out. And then that's one of my favorite signs. And this is a Threads That Bind punch needle that I did. And if you've been with me a while, you saw this probably 2 years ago, waiting for me to stitch that trim on there and finish it as a pillow. And for some odd reason, I never do it. The bike is my camping bike. It's a vintage bike from Italy, and it folds in half. Folds right there. And it is sold, so friends of mine are picking that up within the next couple of weeks. And this was my dining room table. But if you go back a few videos, you'll see, and it says where I sleep, and you'll see what replaced it. So this is my ironing. I made this from an old sweater I found at a thrift store. This was kind of like a big, huge collar, and it was washed and felted. So I just cut that part off, and that's my wool ironing pad. So this is Not Forgotten Farm pattern. That is a Bird in Hand Primitives pattern called Folky Bird. And this I got at a thrift store. And I made the little angel many years ago. That is Not Forgotten Farm punch needle. I'm sorry, the Old Tattered Flag. That is the Old Tattered Flag punch needle. That is Threads That Bind, and that is Teresa Kogut. And then a couple people have asked me about this sign. This is from Hobby Lobby, so it's not stitched or punched, it's just a sign. And I made the wool sunflower Proddy flowers. And then coming up here, this is a Teresa's Primitive Treasures pin cushion that I've made several of and sold. I don't know whose pattern the snowman head is. That little snowman is Teresa's Primitive Treasures, and this is where I just store some cotton threads that I get at thrift stores, and then here's just various yarns from thrift stores. So I'll go back. This is a cabinet that my father made. That is a Teresa Kogut pattern right there, punch needle. And this cabinet, my dad passed away in 2017. This is the last thing that he completed before he passed away. And I'll show you inside, which I just recently changed this out. So my fabrics are on the top. And then here are my cross-stitch fabrics. Here. So that is all, except for the Osnaburg, it's either thrifted or gifted. And here is some, there's the wool that I just showed in my last video from Old Tattered Flag. This is all Osnaburg here. This is the plush felt, and this is what I'm going to use for sheep. Down below is wool. That's all wool. And below that is wool. And then some linen and stuff over on the left. Was clothing on the top two shelves until I did this dresser, and now the clothing is in that. And that little bench, I don't know where I'm going to put it. Right now it's there, and I don't know where I'm going to put it. I might put it under this window. I'm not sure yet. So over here, this snowman I think I got that at a craft show. That snowman is from a craft show. This is something I stitched last winter, and it is the Humble Stitcher pattern from Etsy. And that's my cute little snowman. His nose is wire, and you can see where it's been cut. I need to dab a little bit of paint on that. I did not make him. A friend of mine found them at an antique store and got him for me. And these are some old little girl gowns that I got at a inside yard sale. And that sign is super old, and I got that at an estate sale. This painting my sister-in-law did for me. And then that sign I got at a store. And then over here, I did this many, many, many years ago. This is, I think it's called a transom window. I think I made this in 2013, actually, because that's when I got that window frame. It's super old, out of an old house that an Amish man was, he was flipping the house. So this was in the burn pile, and I got it and put that in there. This is the Old Tattered Flag, and I made that I don't even know how many years ago, and it's just waiting to be made into a pillow, and it's just been hanging in my closet. I need to take it with me to the store and find some fabric that will coordinate with that wool and make a backing for it, make it into a pillow. And this might be my first rug hooking. I am not really sure. It was either that or a mug rug. Not sure. So that is my craft room. And this is where I do my floss tubes. So it's just kind of, oh, this pattern back here. I didn't show you that one. That is Bird in the Hand Primitives. So there's that. And that's just on wool. So now I'm going to show you my storage closet because I cleaned both of these the same day. And they don't stay clean for very long. So then we go into my bathroom. Well, maybe I can show you some things in here. Everything's going to look yellow because it's artificial light. That is just a pattern that I made up. And I love that basket. I got it at a thrift store. I wanted to put something with stars on it. There's not much I made in here. This is, I made this wool applique for the back of my toilet because, you know, it's Privies and Prims. And I do have a little bit of Privy stuff. This, a punch needle I did. I just pulled a design out of my shower curtain. And that is a pen and ink that my son bought me of an old outhouse that was in an art studio place. And then this is the shower curtain that I pulled that design from. I got that on Amazon years ago. So this is my only storage, guys. This is actually supposed to be where the washer and dryer go. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment. So the dryer is supposed to be on this side. But as you can see, I have many other things over here. So that is the Christmas stuff I just put away. And that bin up there is fall. And then that bag is camper fall decorations. And these 2 bags, there's one back there. Those are all stuff to decorate the camper if I go to a rally. And then there are my magazines. That is my printer that runs on Wi-Fi. This is my empty box. These are things for finishing. So all of that and up here are things that I have for possible future finishes. And those are my primitive doll patterns. Empty boxes down there for shipping. And there are some perfect punch needles that are for sale on Etsy. And I have lowered the price on those. And just odds and end things up top. And this is a basket that everybody loves. I currently don't have anything to put in it, so it's just hanging up there. That is one that I did for Summer Patriotic. And my Morgan hoops. And that's it. So that is my craft storage, camper storage, whatever. There is a scroll saw at the bottom of that closet and also a box of boards. Oh, and down there is my Silhouette Cameo that I rarely ever use. And that's it, guys. So here, that's just more craft storage stuff. Odds and ends. So that is my craft room. Hope you enjoyed this little tour. And I will see you on the next video. You leave me a comment and let me know how easy is it for you to keep your craft room clean, your space. Because this one, mostly this table right here, it gets cluttered pretty quickly. So let me know in the comments how easy it is to keep yours clean. And this little sheep I love. I bought this when I was in Lancaster the beginning of December at an art studio, or an art guild store. All right, see y'all in the next one. Bye.